bringing you back to a new 1203 Bear TV revival episode. And in this episode, I want to talk about a concept that has been used in different sorts of media that I wonder if it's, a good plot line or plot, you know, premise as well, because lots of different media do something like this, which I have done something similar in the past. I have done something similar into the past from the original 1203 Barrett TV series. I do recall that I actually did do some sort of premise that is kind of like this, but as at the same time, it's kind of different as well. And while I'm looking to remember what the title of that was that I made from that one y'all may remember me talking about. I want to talk about another premise, another concept that a lot of different media would use that you would say in somewhat or another. And is it a good concept, or does it work in different media? And that is, characters either getting their clothes taken by another character or clothes being swapped kind of premise. That's another thing I've been wanting to talk about because I have seen lots of different shows and movies and a lot of different stuff like that, and heard of a lot of different things like that too, that has done something like this. Either if I have actually watched the show, movie, etc., or just have heard of it. This is another premise, another thing that is used a lot that I do want to talk about. And if it works, and I have found it, I found it from the original 1203 Barrett TV series, season 27, episode 4, that I talked about how how suicide jokes in cartoons work and not work. So it's something similar to that episode that I mentioned. Like, there are times where suicide jokes can work and sometimes where they can't work, right? It's just the way that they're made, basically, right? It's just the way that the media, the people make it. And this is another similar thing that I want to talk about. But again, with clothes being characters getting their clothes taken or, getting their clothes swapped out kind of thing. Because again, a lot of different media has done it, and there are specific ones that I have heard of as well, and of course know of as well. I know I'm saying that a lot, but yeah, the first instance, which of course is SpongeBob, right? SpongeBob, I do recall, especially with the whole season 7, I think it is. Yeah, season 7. Because again, it's the season that has a lot of rehashes of imitation crabs. Sellback shenanigans, Grandma's secret recipe, and someone's in the kitchen with Sandy. That basically rips off imitation crabs. And when Plankton takes Sandy's fur, I'll just say, and trying to get the Krabby Patty formula, trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula. And yeah, you just gotta feel bad for Sandy because again, Sadie's basically gotten her clothes and her fur, and yeah, everybody makes fun at her, and everybody is a complete idiot in this episode as well, and doesn't realize the obvious. I mean, what I mean by that is when Plankton first comes out of the chum bucket into Sandy's fur robot thing that he made. And of course, everybody believes, like when it comes to Larry, he believes that it's actually Sandy. Everybody believes that it's Sandy. Of course, even SpongeBob believes it's Sandy, which of course, obviously, would make sense, of course, especially if they're rehashing imitation crabs. But again, everybody is laughing at Sandy for being naked, and even the cops as well make fun of Sandy as well, which again is just Sandy um a Sandy humiliation episode. And of course it ends with Sandy getting arrested as well. Like she doesn't or she doesn't get a good ending or anything. She gets back her fur, but she gets arrested at the end of the episode. All she wanted to do, if you recall, was to take a shower. That's all she wanted to do after eating her Krabby Patty, but it completely goes the opposite way. Now, I would say I could see what they were going with. Like I said, the first incident or instant, an example as well for this premise, this concept. And I would say I could see what they were going with it, but again, just how the episode was made, I would say is probably another bad incident. And then So, which I heard of, I never watched, which I made a whole episode about, Republic of Doyle, which yeah has this female um criminal, just saying of how she's got a migraine, and then one of the constable going over to her and getting tricked and getting her gun taken and even getting her clothes snatched as well. Just left tied in her panties and bra as well. While the criminal escapes with disguising herself as the constable. Now I'm not too sure exactly how I would say if the again it's not a main premise, I would say. At least from the things that I needed to know for this. It's not a main premise, it's only for that one part. And really the next scenes it shows that villain, that criminal, it doesn't she's just not in the constable's uniform anymore. And then this show, which is German, this movie show, which is German, that came out in 2015. Not sure how to pronounce the name, but has this guy or these police officers getting this guy, which is with his pulling him over, and he shoots one of the does a gunpoint at this other officer, this female police officer, and snatches her clothes that we would say as well, while she's in her bra and panties throughout the remaining of the movie episode, as long as whatever you want to put it. And yeah, he then of course having uniform, which again, however you would put it as well, because again, there's a lot of things that could work and could not work. Which yeah, of course he eventually does go into the police station, trying to get everybody in the police station. But yeah, again, it just depends how y'all would put it, of course, right? How y'all would see it. But is this a show, or is this a premise, a whole thing that could work? I do wonder, because again, there's a lot of incident, a lot of times that media would do stuff like this, right? There's a lot of stuff that would do stuff like this, and it makes you wonder: does it work or does it not work? Again, just like how I mentioned with that whole other thing as well. I just wanna talk about, because this is a thing again, shows in media and just stuff in general that yeah, I have heard and seen stuff that are basically done kind of like the whole suicide jokes things that you would say, and if that works and not works kind of thing. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know guys explode. Okay, the next one.